Well, we got rigs with lights. There's I don't know if it's a full moon, but it's certainly a pretty full moon that'll guide us tonight. And if you
Star of the East.
The Star of the East, the big star. And if you look right down there, that light is the first stop.
Let me tell you about Rufus. It all started a couple of years before the big snow.
Beak blinks like a blinking beacon. Well, Donner, where's the new member of the family?
All right, well, we got Christmas lights on all the rigs. You can see around. There's a whole bunch of them that have Christmas lights. We put a whole bunch on the Turbo S. Started to get to the point where we couldn't figure it out, so it's got a whole bunch in the front. Daryl's got some, Robert's got some, and then we're gonna find Alan and put some on his. Then we're gonna go ahead and get the scavenger hunt on the way. We start at the big cedar tree. There's a sign there that reads, "Away in the manger, no crib for a bed, the little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the sky looked down where he lay, the little Lord Jesus asleep in the hay." If you look across the field to below the Star of the East, you will see one of the oldest buildings on the property that would have had, in the past, held hay. All right, so here's the first tree, and I think our clue is this. So let's start some bright lights on. We'll try that one and see. All right, so let's go take a peek and see what our clue is. So it says, "Well, hey there, welcome to the barn. The barn was built largely by the local townspeople of Ione during the 1920s when Pete Lundberg was sick with rheumatic fever, and everyone pitched in to finish building before winter. Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. The horse knows the way to carry the sleigh through white and drifted snow. From here, you may not be getting over the river or to grandmother's house. You will, however, be going over the seasonal stream past the Ford water truck and through the woods, turning right down what used to be an old road and then went past where an old cabin was in the late 1800s. The cabin is no longer there, but in the 1950s and 1960s, you could still see it standing. If you go through the woods to find the area of the 1950s and 60s trucks, you'll have found your next destination." So, according to this, we're supposed to go across the river, take a right, and we go over there. So, we're going to go down that way. Okay. All right, so we're leaving the barn. We head down here, and it said we go over the river, so that was the creek. There was a creek back there. And then it said to take a right, so let's take a right. So here's some more. So the easy, less fun way, or the through the woods, the funner way. So I think we'll try the through the woods, the funner way. This might have been a poor choice. We're going through the woods. the lights way down there? There's lights. So let's go there and see what it says. Okay, so we're at the next one. It says, here was the site of an old homestead cabin built in the 1800s. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. From here, head back past the 50s trucks and turn right into the boughs of the trees, heading east into the woods of an area called Deck 2. So right here, there used to be the old homestead cabin, and this is one of the original ones, and this actually was the original road before Cedar Creek was. All right, we're trying to get up to Deck 2, which is over here. I did help set up some of this, or clear trail earlier, but I didn't actually set up any of this, so I haven't seen any of this yet. Alright, let's go see what this is. Alright, so this is, welcome to Deck 2. When the land was logged in the 1970s, they made 2 clearings where they stacked and stored logs to be loaded. Alden Lundberg called the lower clearing down below above the barn Deck 1, and this clearing was called Deck 2. City sidewalks are about the furthest thing away from this next stop. Keep going uphill away from the busy sidewalks, and instead of street corners, you have a couple uphill Ys to maneuver. Go immediately uphill from here, but don't go towards the viewpoint. Keep left at the first Y and keep going uphill to find the corner where the next tree is. So yeah, deck the hulls. All right, well, earlier when this one was put up, Daryl went up and helped, and I didn't. I actually went with Alan and we went to a different one. So I'm not quite sure where this one is. We're gonna have to kind of play scavenger hunt and figure this out, I guess. All right, we found silver bells. So it says, you have found the corner and furthest away and the highest on the hill location now. You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen and Comet and Cupid and Donder and Blitzen, but do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Your way now might be a path you'll take if you were a regular deer instead of a reindeer. It may be a little tricky to follow, but from here, turn back around and head down the hill, but at the first downhill Y, keep right down the way you didn't come up. And once you pass Deck 2 headed below, make a right, but instead of a sharp right, taking out the back way, go across into the woods down the reindeer trail until you find the next stop. All right. So we're gonna head back down this, and then we're gonna go across the road. All right, so here's Reindeer Road. There should be an interesting one to try and get around. Might need a couple of stops here. So basically we have people leaving like every 4 or 5 minutes, just kind of taking off in groups. So here's Reindeer Road. We're gonna try and ease around this corner. I think I'm gonna go left. We went left yesterday, or earlier, and cleared it. Yep. To the right is actually, we ran in some dead ends and tracked it, so when people come through, if they it's not super obvious what the options are. But let's stop here and see what this says. All right, so it says flying reindeer don't really exist, nor do talking snowmen. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. So down towards the junkyard with this next clue in hand, turning here and there, going past the square, saying, "Find me if you can." Four-seaters might have to do a tiny bit of okay, so there's a sign to Frosty, so we're gonna go to the right, and the razor says we're not gonna go to the right. We found Frosty! Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so now it says, good job, you found Frosty. Must have some magic in that old silk hat you found, or did you have help from the partridge in the pear tree? Follow the items from the last 5 days of Christmas to get your next destination. So that's 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. Okay, we got some good pictures with Frosty. I see a sign over here. So that must be the 5 golden rings. So then let's see if we can, what's next? 4 calling birds? I see some lights over there. So I think that's where we're heading next. Oh, so there's 4 calling birds, and we're gonna do a right turn. I see some more up there. Oh, I found a boat. There's the 3 French hens. Let's see what this one is. Is this the 2 call? Yep. There's, see if I can focus. It's the 2 calling birds. All right, let's see what this one is. So this is the partridge family in a pear tree. That's pretty clever. So let's see what this says. It says, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's a tree in the Grand Hotel, only by the house as well, or one by the house as well. The sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. Find the largest permanent year-round Christmas tree on the property, and you will have gone full circle and successfully completed the Christmas tree hunt. So I'm pretty sure that's the cedar tree, the one we started at. So we will head back that way. All right, so we are heading back. There's some really good ruts here. Let's see if I can avoid them. I don't think you can. We're just gonna fall into them. Hopefully that doesn't hurt our Christmas tree lights. So you can go either way. We'll head out this way. And I see a really big Christmas tree with not many Christmas lights on it. right, we successfully made it back to the giant Christmas tree that certainly needs a few more lights. This is the big cedar. As you come into the property, it's really hard to see, but we at least got the bottom of it lit up. This was the start and end. So we successfully made it around the Christmas tree hunt. I think there's still people out there. I see a light there. All right, we're getting set up for our Christmas night ride. I think we have 5 side-by-sides that are going. We're 4 side-by-sides. Robert Carroll in his X90. We've got Alan that's going to be leading us, and we may have 1 or 2 more. Look at Robert's X90. It's got a really cool light setup once we get out of his headlights. If you haven't seen this, it's kind of like a Suzuki Sidekick. It shares a bunch of parts with it. It's called the X90. He's rode this a bunch with Alan. Super cool car. It's probably got as much clearance as side-by-side does. The sheet of snow that was on the roof that's also holding the Christmas lights is sliding off. What is it about this spot? It shifted that much when we hit the bump, and then I stopped because it was taking the lights with it. There it goes. I'll open the door too. Yeah, it doesn't look bad, but it will be very shortly here. Me and this spot cross paths again. We're not really stuck, but we will be very shortly with no walkers. Pretty much had to stop here because we bounced and almost lost the Christmas lights. So it was a bad decision to stop momentum here because now everything we do just slides us further into the ditch. Wouldn't be a proper Christmas night ride if we didn't get stuck. Trying to do a little bit of a recovery here. Well, it's pretty dark, but we made it up here to the weather station. This is Deer. Had to do a little bit of winching, but we got all the rigs up here. This is one of our favorite lookout spots. It's hard to see, but you can see the mountains there. The moon's actually really bright right now. This is usually in the daytime. This is a great view. So we made it up here. This was where we wanted to try and make it for our Christmas ride. Looks like we've had some lights. I think the lights on that and the lights on that one didn't quite make it. We got some snowball shenanigans going on up here at the weather station. Everybody's throwing snowballs. Trying to not get hit. Fun stuff. This is what it's all about up here, is getting together and just having fun. We've got kids up here. We've got adults who probably should be in the kid category. Yes, that includes me.
Recording, I would.
Yeah. He has terrible aim, doesn't he, Cammy?
Yes,
Like a long.
You hit echo. That's great. So this is when you're breaking trail in the winter time and you only have a windshield wiper that goes quarter turn. That's about all you get to see out. Well, it is Sunday morning. We had that really cool ride yesterday. We started there. The actual start was actually this cedar tree here. It was pretty cool. Hope everybody enjoyed that. I know Alan did a predominant amount of the work. I just came up to help clear some trees and do whatever I could to make it fun for everyone else. I appreciate everybody who came up for the ride yesterday. It was actually a great ride. My machine's acting up a little bit, but we'll figure that out. Yeah, that was just the snow and everything. I know Brandon said that was probably one of his favorite rides of the entire year. So I know they thoroughly enjoyed that. So we will get some content going in the new year. And don't forget, Rally at the Ranch tickets go on sale January 1st. So first of the year, you can get your Rally at the Ranch tickets. They'll be, you can either go to smackoutadventures.com/rally or the Mountain Mafia website, which is where they are sold on, and you can buy them from there. So we hope to see everybody at Rally this year, and we hope to see you on rides starting at the beginning of the year. We're gonna take the rest of the year off. This was our last ride that we're gonna do. We will probably do something around New Year's. So if you're interested in doing, say, a New Year's Eve or New Year's Day ride, go ahead and message us, let us know, and we'll see what we have. Till then, hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's.